It don't work today.
Oh,
Travis.
Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it.
Travis learned the hard way this morning. He just really, okay. He was like, all right, baby, you got it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. No passes at all.
Passes.
You got some glitter. You at the strip club?
Maybe.
You a diamond? Hey, you got an awesome trophy today. Yeah, I know, right? You see, he in trouble. He gonna get everybody in trouble. Like how they said in DC, they gonna get everybody in trouble. Hey, we got some super duper cool people to hang out with us today. As a matter of fact, today is the 18th of June, 2018, and y'all know what that means. That it is Moving Properties Monday.
Yes, sir.
Today's show is being brought to you by Nikita Todd Stanley and the Team Todd Realty Group, dedicated to helping people realize the dream of home ownership. For more information, you can visit the website teamtoddrealtygroup.com. Jallisa is going to be hanging out with us today. Jallisa Arnold to be more specific. Hey, I said, Jallisa, you ever done radio before? I said, nope. What we just telling? Just use your big girl voice.
Just use your big girl
voice.
Shit, I got a big mouth. I was like, what's I gotta do?
You get some brothers in here, they be trying to be all cool, like it's the quiet out. What is it? The
Quiet Storm.
Yeah, Quiet Storm. Yeah.
They be all away from the mic. Like, who playing? We can't hear you back there.
Hey, yeah, my name is Johnny. Johnny, if you don't speak the hell up, it's a morning show.
I say, Johnny, everybody in here take it. It's all good.
We gonna holler at Jallisa. She's hanging out with us today. SoFull Catering is her business. Catering with no food. I thought that was her taco.
So what had happened was, yeah.
That's why I didn't eat breakfast this morning. I thought we was gonna have some food. Whenever I see catering or something like that, I know they gonna hook us up.
That does make a big difference.
It ain't
I'm about to say, pass me that water.
Start chewing on this. Just brush your teeth. Remember your mom used to send you to bed hungry. Just brush your teeth, boy.
No, my dad told me to just drink water. Where did that plant come from?
I bought that yesterday at IKEA.
Oh, in other words, it's not real.
Nah, that's a real jump.
Don't
play. Do not play, Joy A. Pearson.
I was gonna say, well, the other one didn't get past 2 weeks.
We waited 3 weeks with that jump. That wasn't a good plant for the inside. This is a good inside plant. This is a Muscadinian Canadian.
Boy, be quiet. Now you over here trying to sound like Tim. Using all these big words in one sentence.
Mia's gonna be hanging out with us today too. Mia's coming?
No.
Why?
No, Mia can't make it. She might have to end up calling in.
No, we ain't gonna do no call.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Hey, but guess what? It's Monday.
We here.
Hey, when we come back, we got everything for you. Birthdays and shout outs on this day, all that good stuff. Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Power 108.9. Shout it.
Let go.
Wake up.
Yeah, she said that she checked her Uber and it was gonna be $60 to get here. She was like, oh no.
She don't have a car?
Well, she doesn't live here. She's coming in from out of town. She's from Dallas. Hey Tasha, hey Howard.
$60 for Uber to here?
One way.
From Dallas? I'll take that deal. Nah, that's too damn far. That's a long ass ride. Or Dallas, Georgia.
No, she's from Dallas. She's in town.
Oh, she's just in town. But she didn't realize that? Nah,
well, she didn't have that. She didn't open the email. She was supposed to come Thursday. One of them days. She didn't open the email to see the address.
Hey, Ebony. Good morning. What's up, Kamal? Kamal, let's hit this trail, folks. We got Peachtree Road Race coming up. Hey, Des. Good morning.
Ebony might be my cousin.
Ebony
Malone. Because she told me she was
Tasha, what's the name of this plant, please? You told me yesterday, Tasha.
I'll send you the
Josephine.
YouTube link. Hey, Josephine. Sounds just like somebody from on there.
Josephine, you laughing at your name? Don't nobody give that kid that name no more.
Margaret. I had a best friend whose name was Margaret. Well,
yo, this is Michael and Joy in the morning. Don't forget, you can check us out Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Power 108.9. Check it out down there. Wake up!
You be talking about him.
how's that view?
Succulent. Thank you, Tasha.
Nice.
I'm
back,
Michael McFadden. Don't forget to follow the show, Michael and Joy. On everything, Michael and Joy. That's J-O-I, by the way. Michael and Joy in the morning. Michael and Joy in the morning. Michael and Joy.com. Hanging out with us today.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. I got an awesome show for you today. Jallisa is going to be hanging out with us today, and you're going to get a bunch of Michael and Joy today.
Clearly.
We haven't had a show like this in a long time. It means that we can get out of here on time, first of all.
Yes,
we
sir.
got to be taking all these pictures and stuff.
We can take them on the way to the elevator.
Exactly, as we walking out.
Shout out to the elevator, because we actually have somebody that's going to need it this week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, the dude from the Paralympics.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I didn't know you were going to need an elevator. That's
Well, because they sent an email and asked.
Oh, they did?
You know he's in a wheelchair.
I know, he was in the Paralympics.
Right, so why would you think he wouldn't need an elevator?
He could be. It could be something else. Like he could be Paralympic. He could be an amputee. He
The
might not have an arm.
photo is him sitting in a wheelchair.
I just thought it was a comfortable chair. Like
Boy,
I can only
shut
imagine.
your mouth up.
But that's gonna be it. He couldn't have came to the other station.
So I say, talk about, well, we're moving on up.
We would not have made this. Well, we would have
He'd have better call it from the outside.
from outside of the building.
Yeah, that would have been horrible. Oh, y'all get an elevator? My bad, that ain't.
Sean
Sorry.
got sued. I think they probably grandfathered in or something because that building's been there for so long.
Well, that's the reason why the bathroom had to get changed out, so
Yeah.
that they could, put a
Put a little rail in there.
for just in case for if you needed to for a wheelchair.
So just
Wheelchair accessible is
Just
what I was
FYI, the plant that I have there is called a succulent.
about that. A succulent.
Yes, it's a
So
succulent.
all it does is suck up the water.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does, and it doesn't need a lot of
And it
water or a lot of light. So we should get
You
at
could just
least
put a little
year
tablespoon
now.
of water in that.
And then, like I had to rig it a little bit because it sits real low, so I had to put a little contraption on the bottom to make it stand up a little bit.
Oh, you mean the actual plate inside of it?
Yes, inside
Oh,
of
okay,
it.
I'm about to say it's standing up pretty good. What
Yeah, I
you
put
mean?
it. Yeah, I
You
I
put
rigged
something
it a little
underneath
bit.
it.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
just a piece of
gotcha.
paper. Just folded it a couple of times.
Like you do when you at a restaurant with that janky table.
Right, that little thing be moving like that.
You be like, I can't sit here like this. Like, what's going on? They try to come with that little wedge.
Hey, shout out to my family yesterday. They took me to an amazing lobster dinner yesterday. And,
Nice.
the spot was called Soho. And no, they did not give us the food for free.
Nice.
Unfortunately, you try to drop that. Hey, I do radio.
Who did you?
I
Oh,
just
you
know.
thought they were? You thought the restaurant?
Yeah. It was like, it's still gonna be $30.
I don't even understand why you shouting them out there.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have. But anyway, so they do this lobster dinner, right? You get a full lobster, you get the little sausage jump, you get a piece of corn, and you get a potato. I think it was pretty good, and it came with a salad. Only $30.
Oh wow, no, that is actually good.
Yeah,
You get a whole sausage or just?
No,
like
you get a whole sausage. Yeah, you get a whole sausage.
I'm so hungry right now. Like, so is it a whole sausage, just like a piece of what?
Hey, today I'm gonna tell y'all what Joy pulled out her purse today for a Father's Day gift that I passed on. But I forgot to hit record. We ain't even recorded. But nah, they give you that whole dinner, the whole thing for $30. Like you can't beat that.
No, not at all.
And it's right there off of.
Did everybody else eat lobster too, or they had salad?
No, they had the salad too.
No, I bet like.
Oh,
you
but
know how like we only got a budget for Dad, so,
yeah.
so everybody else like,
chicken fingers and fries.
water with lemon.
Hey, bring me a whole bunch of lemons. Just get a damn lemonade, dude. I wish somebody would. If I was waiting tables today in 2018, and your cousin was just like, let me get a water with a whole bunch of lemons and some sugar. I'd be like, man, just get you a lemonade, because I'm going to charge you for all these lemons.
All the lemons cost more than a lemonade.
Just go spring for the lemonade.
So in my mind, I would think that, and I know that it would probably be stealing if I don't charge you for the lemonade, but I'd rather give you the lemonade with the hopes that you might give me a couple extra dollars.
Right. Because you're going to make a mess. First of all, it's going to be sugar packets all over the place. You already know that you can't take regular sugar and put it in cold water because it's just going to fall down to the bottom.
Right.
You know it's not going to work.
Right.
The only way that works is with, like I use Sweet and Low, the sugar substitute jump. That thing just, it dissolves just like that. But you be looking at your cousins in them cup, the sugar be all at the bottom.
Just like Kool-Aid back in the day, if you don't stir it all the way.
That's why I just didn't put no ice in a drink. You gotta how that drink be taking, be little ice chunks on there. So, but anyway.
All right. Well, shout out to Soho.
So shout out to the restaurant. Yes, they did an awesome job.
Shout out to Father's Day.
Shout out to Father's Day and all the cool dads out there. And speaking of cool dads Rock Gala is coming up at the end of the month,
30th,
as well as Brian Jobert's inaugural event that he's doing. So we'll talk about that. I think we got some tickets and stuff to give away today. Hey, when we come back, Jallisa Arnold is in the building today on this Moving Properties Monday with Nikita Todd Stanley. Is Nikita coming today?
That's your plug.
You know, Richard's birthday was yesterday.
I know,
my little grandbaby. Yeah, her birthday was yesterday.
I know she looks so cute in that photo shoot.
Yeah, she did. She might be hungover, not Gabby, the mama. You know how we turn up at our kids' birthday party.
Like it's our own.
Somebody tell Nikita I said that. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Power 108.9. Shout it!
I was sitting here thinking, like, I need to put mine over there.
It's there.
I'm gonna do that another day. What are you back there talking about?
Nah, I'm over here.
You got bit up?
Yeah, I was in the country the other day. Lord have mercy, mosquitoes don't never bother me.
He said, Lord.
Come down here, I got bit like 5 times.
Welcome to Georgia, boy. Man.
So full. So full. So cute. Eat my food and get so full.
Yeah. The idea literally came to me after a meal. As I was sitting on the couch.
Full.
Yeah. I was like, man, that meal was so good. I'm so full. And I was like, ding, ding, ding.
Happy birthday, Dorne!
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Jallisa Arnold hanging out with us today from that DMV. Shout it. We're going to be talking about her business, SoFull Catering. Happy we got her down here from that DMV.
Shout out to BYOB.
Yes. Bring your own bottle.
No, build your own brand. DC a couple weeks.
Yes.
Hey, June 18th is the date today, 2018, as a matter of fact.
And on this day in 1928, Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean as she completed a flight from Newfoundland to Wales.
Oh, nice.
And I actually specifically chose that one right now because that's the reason why my mom's name is Amelia. My mom was named after Amelia Earhart.
Really?
Yes.
Did not know that. Fun fact.
Yes, fun fact about the Pearsons.
I told her I didn't know that. We've been doing this show going on 3 years, and we've had
the same conversation.
Yeah, exactly. But I just pretend like I didn't know. You see how shocked
like how
I
I
was?
pretend like I didn't know that your middle name was Alexander.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of
What's the A stand for? I don't know. Alfred. Alfonso.
Hey, yesterday Target has apologized and pulled a baby daddy card from the shelves. They were doing their Father's Day cards, and the Father's Day card was posted on Facebook by Takesha Saunders. Takesha wrote and said, "You cannot be serious, Target. Really? This was the only Father's Day card that featured a black couple. Now the card is now being removed from 900 Target stores, according to Fortune. Now Target has apologized to customers, saying that we sincerely apologize to anyone this particular card has offended." Now the inside of the card reportedly read, "You're a wonderful husband and father, and I'm so grateful to have you as my partner, my friend, and my baby daddy. Happy Father's Day." What's wrong with that? Right.
What's so bad about that?
The problem is Takesha.
I was like, right, clearly, let's start there.
No, that's so wrong.
Takesha felt some kind of a way about it. But you know, I don't think that Target, when people are sending cards, they're not going through each individual card. Target, not specifically. Maybe the card company might be. But when they get them in the store, each individual Target store isn't going through each individual card.
Nah.
They're just trying to put them out there.
Yeah, they just.
Because I got a Father's Day card with some black people on.
Yeah.
Well, no, and you know, wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, like you said, I'm sure it's someone that like whoever is in there buying, who does all their buyers
right.
and stuff like that, probably seen the car. But I ain't seen anything
I
wrong
don't
with
see anything
it.
wrong
Said
with it
I could see if it didn't have the husband piece in there, but
it said all of it. It
all
said
of
you're
it.
my husband,
My friend, my partner,
my baby daddy. And my baby daddy. I mean, a little jokey joke.
All right,
maybe it's just because it was black people on it and baby daddy.
And baby daddy. Or maybe Takesha don't know who her baby daddy is and was a little offended by that.
Well, Takesha put the car down. Find
Right.
Find one of them 99-cent joints at the bottom.
She was just mad because the car was $7.
Let's talk about that.
Hey.
Let's talk about how I'd rather make my own card than spend $9.99 on a card. Like I saw one and I was like, man, they are really in here taxing.
Man.
Go to the Dollar Tree and get the 2 for 99 cents and write something for real, like from your heart.
Hey, if you pay close attention, you probably got the same birthday card every year. You know, like you said, you go to Dollar Store.
You can buy it.
Like
you can
12
buy a
cards
box.
in there.
12 for $2.
The only difference is
jazz it up each year.
Yeah, the only difference is who signed it. Whether it was me or Tasha who signed the bottom of it. Same card.
Just like how I sent out that text message, you was like, man, for real, Joy.
Say that to everybody.
Man, it's only a certain few that I actually put their like whole name in it.
Yeah,
everything else it was copy paste.
Yeah, I had the copy paste on deck yesterday for Father's Day, but I would add that person's name at the end of it. But I think I sent it to like. You know, my friend April sent me a happy Father's Day text.
You copied it,
I copied it, but it had somebody else's name on the back of it. I was like, damn it, my bad. She knew it wasn't for her. It was like I was like, hey, thank you, Pops. You know, thank you very much, Pops. And April got the one that said Pops, so I knew I was busted at that point.
La, 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 la.
Hey, Jalisa's hanging out with us today. Good morning, Miss Jallisa Arnold. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great.
Welcome to the A.
You made it.
Yes, I'm here and loving it.
Good. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jallisa.
All right. Well, I am.
Hold on, before we go any further.
All right.
You know you can lift your chair up a little bit because you look like a little
Thank
kid.
you.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little height challenge.
Yeah, I'm about to say that on the right hand side. There you
She
go.
said I'm a little height.
There you go. Bam, there you
There we
go.
go. Welcome to the table.
Yes.
Big girl.
There
I
you go.
officially got a seat at the table.
You did look like you was at the little kid table. Who be sitting in that chair?
Now, what I do is when I leave, I'll let it down so I can slide it all the way underneath. So, all right, let's start this over again. Rewind and take.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Jallisa Arnold's in the building today. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Welcome to the A.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself,
excited.
sis.
All right. I am from the DMV area. Let me
Let's
make that
clarify
clear.
that, 'cause your husband
DMV
over there
area.
might, hold on, I'm sorry. I mean to say husband because you know, old girl, what's her name? What's our girl name? Takesha got offended when we said baby daddy. Is that hubby over there?
Yeah, that's future
All right.
hubby over there.
There you go. So hubby over there, make sure you clarify that DMV job.
Right, because there is a difference.
Hey, Travis is from DC. We don't play when people talk about DC, do we?
No.
So
It's
you
a
from the
serious
DMV?
thing.
It is very
Serious thing.
serious. It is very serious.
Yes, I am. And I attended Shaw University undergrad, and I went on to University of Maryland, Baltimore.
Okay.
I'm actually a social worker, but I have a catering business.
Nice.
So,
And the catering business is called
SoFull Catering.
So how did you come up with the name SoFull Catering?
Well, I think that it was one day I was sitting on the couch. I had just threw down in the kitchen.
Of
I
course.
made some turkey wings, string beans, mac and cheese. And so after eating a meal like that, I was just like, I am so full. And I'm just like, you know what? Ding, ding, ding. That should be the name of my catering company.
And there it is.
There it is.
That's so cute. Because when we met at Build Your Own Brand in DC, and you were trying to tell me how to spell it so that I could write it down, you were like, no, like full, like F-U. So I'm thinking like soul, like S-O-U-L. You were like, no, baby girl, full, like when you eat. And I said, oh, okay. You mean what I'm not feeling right now. I was so hungry.
So how have you always been a great cook?
I have. I actually have been in the kitchen since I was 9 years old. A lot of my cooking style was influenced through my grandmother.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out to Granny.
Yeah, and growing up in the DMV, you go to Granny's house, Granny gonna throw down, ain't she?
And my grandma was from the South, so you know she put her foot in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know those feelings. I didn't have a granny from the South. I mean, just unfortunately, Amelia definitely was not putting her foot in anything.
She put that foot in that rice, though. I'm sure y'all had
I
that
was
rice
gonna say, if it
cooker.
was anything Filipino, Well, that was real cute, huh?
What, the rice?
It's plenty of other ethnicities that own rice cookers.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying, y'all put rice. Y'all eat rice with everything.
You see that?
Don't y'all eat rice with breakfast?
Anyway, so first off, I don't know why it's so funny.
Jallisa Arnold is hanging out with us.
Whoop, whoop.
SoFull Catering.
Yep,
So some of the areas you hit the whole DMV?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
So they contact you directly? And
Well,
let's talk.
I do a lot of my advertising through social media.
Okay.
Of course.
So when you guys hit me up and was like, website, I don't really do a website.
No,
I
right.
think
Good.
for small business owners starting out, sometimes websites can be a waste of money until you get to that next level.
Exactly.
So a lot of my advertisement is strictly social media. Facebook, Instagram, through my page, SoFull Catering, you can click the link and it will send me an email.
Gotcha.
And most of my clients will hit me up and say, I need a job on such and such date or whatever they're looking for.
And I'm pretty sure you get a lot of word of mouth as well too, because if somebody knows how to cook, it's super easy to
word
just
gonna
refer
get
that
out.
as a
Yeah,
Word gonna get out.
word gonna get out.
Hey, when we come back, we're gonna talk more with Jallisa Arnold. She is the CEO over there at SoFull Catering. We're gonna find out. Huh?
Boss moves all day.
Boss moves all day. Okay, she hit me with that.
He said, "I'm sorry. What happened?"
Excuse me. Uh-oh.
Hashtag
Security! What's she doing up here? Hey, Jallisa Arnold's in the building. We come back, we're going to find out the question is a man's, what is it, how do you get a man through his heart through food? How does that go?
I don't know. That's not how I got mine.
We already know how you got yours.
No, slow down.
That glitter shouted. Michael enjoyed the morning.
You know what?
Michael enjoyed that.
Way too many jumps this morning. Hey,
She's trying to come back. She's trying to come back with
something. Music. What up, Dorne? Hey, Rapsapop. What up, Ron Boost? Good morning. Hey, Chance. Hey, your epic journey. I get it poppin'. Jerome Trammell. Good morning. Get to it. It's that time, Neo. Early in the morning grind. Shout out to SoFull Catering. DC2 ATL. Security in the back. Yeah. Hey. Hold on. Why he do one of these? SoFull Catering on.
She tell you I do all the prep work.
We about to get to the truth.
Oh, true.
We about to get to the truth. Is the movie cast, they coming tomorrow? Is that tomorrow? Wednesday.
For gentrification?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Wednesday.
Thanks, Terrell. He said them deviled eggs be fire.
Wow. Right. I was gonna say we're gonna have your boy on this week, Neo.
Who, Neo coming?
No, Spurgo. Trey, the little 13-year-old, 12-year-old boy, CEO of a clothing line. He getting it.
Oh, that's what's up.
Sports and Heroes, combining Sports and Heroes together. Super cute name.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Today's show is being brought to you by Nikita Todd Steady, Team Todd Realty Group. You can check her out, teamtoddrealtygroup.com. Moving Property Mondays to be more specific.
Yes, sir.
Specific though, really. Hey, shout out to all of my friends and family up in DC though. The one thing that I love about my DC family, Joy, is that everybody in DC, they go hard for their football teams. Like, but in DC though, it's like you're divided. Like either you're a Redskin fan or a Cowboy fan. It goes
It's no middle ground. Ain't nobody really feeling the Ravens.
Nah, I don't think they really count. Hold on, Jallisa. Your segment was over.
Hold on, Jallisa. This ain't about you.
That's why V103 be kicking people out so fast. They start diving into the grown people's conversation.
We ain't jump you in.
Y'all ain't gonna do my Ravens like that now.
But yeah, they go hard. They go hard for their teams. And congratulations once again to the Washington Capitals, the Stanley Cup winners. And I can remember
it was so funny. All the memes that were like, y'all black people know good and well, y'all know nothing about no.
But when I saw that brother on the Capitals team who had that missing tooth though, I was like, yeah, he for real. Do he walk around with the missing tooth, or do he just take it out like he got a little flipper that he can just pull out when he want to?
No, it's probably gone for real.
That's what I'm saying though, but you gotta put a little implant in there or something. He just walk around like that every day.
If that's what you do for a living, you don't have to put that tooth back. That let me know for sure what you do. Now if you work on my carburetor,
anything,
or if you're the trash man or something like that, go and get something, chiclet or something.
You be on that metro. Down in DC, and you be seeing brothers with no teeth, and you be like, let me see, does he have no teeth or does he play hockey?
I was gonna say, in DC, if he on that metro, it might matter.
Hey, so
I was gonna say, I do have a good question to ask, and this does have something to do with like relationships. If a guy says that he owns a Porsche, but he has an iPhone 3, are you hollering at him, or are you letting him holler at you, or like I would love to kind of get the consensus on that, because it's a lot of people.
That was so random.
I know, but you were talking about missing teeth and trying to holler at girls, or whether or not he should get an implant. I mean, I think that your career might matter. Like, if you're a hockey player, you might knock another one out. What you gonna do? Get that one out too?
Hey, if you miss
get that
out,
one in.
You'll miss out on something. But I was laughing because when I went to DC and I got on the train, remember I told that story, I got on the metro, and I just felt like I was just going the wrong way on the train. And you try to be cool. You don't want to look like that tourist who got off at the wrong way.
Considering that you're from there, right?
Consider I'm from there. Man, I got down by Navy Yard and started saying, next stop, Bury Farms. I was like, hold on, I am not going to the right place. I'm no longer Bury Farm material no more. Right. You know what I'm saying? Back in the early 80s, I could go to Bury Farms like it was nothing. Like,
now you've been ATLing out. You better get your butt back to the city.
Walking around with, I love DC t-shirt. Just look like a straight tourist. Like
all the thing missing is the camera.
Probably had one of those around my neck too. Taking selfies on the train. Hey,
got a fanny pack.
Hey, but we were talking about football and stuff like that. I was saying because Dorsey Levens is gonna be here. He's in that new movie Gentrification for those that football fans. Yeah, he played for the Green Bay Packers for several years, so we get to meet Dorsey Levens. Yeah, that's super duper cool.
Super excited about that.
It's just awesome being Michael and Joy.
It is.
Yeah, it really is. Hey,
I'm excited about the fact that Jallisa actually reached out and said, "Hey, I met you. Can I actually come do some radio with you?" Because we extend the opportunity out to quite a few people that don't necessarily take us up on it.
What? I was gonna say, Janetta Espinoza was on the show on Friday. And even when she came into the studio, when she saw us at when I went down to the library, when I went down to the elevator to get her, she was like, "Oh my goodness, I watch your show all the time," and I was just like, I felt so like for real.
Right, and she gave us 2 books, so both of them I get. It's like I've been on my reading stuff really, really tight. I'm super, super excited. Hate that I missed her.
And Eddie even had a comment too. He said, "Don't worry, Joy will read the hell out of these books. They'll probably be done by the weekend."
I sure will. I just finished one yesterday, matter of fact. So I am on to book 7, and it matters whether or not it is an actual real book or whether or not it is an ebook. Elam B. King, because you could not be out here talking about, I done knocked out 22 books so far. You listening to a player, it's a little different.
You listening to them on that drive from your house and dropping your baby off because you told us how long that ride was. So now we know.
Now we understand why you're listening to 22 books.
Hey, when we come back, we got your birthdays and shout outs. Also, Jallisa Arnold is in the building. SoFull Catering is in the building today. And of course, today's show is being brought to you by our very own Nikita Todd and the Team Todd Realty Group. Nikita look like she about to go through basic training today. She got on all that OD green, boy. That's
she was like, I gotta fight them all. Gabby, you know.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com.
Let go. Good morning.
What up, y'all? Jallisa,
So
that's
that
Nikita Todd.
Her photo shoot was so cute.
And that's her future husband,
Hi.
Travis, right?
Nice to meet you, Miss Nikita.
Hey, Nicole. Happy birthday, Nicole. What up, Billy? Hey, Miss Steve.
Photo shoot was so cute.
Thank you.
Tanya Brad, y'all. What else?
She said, my baby. Hey, my baby.
Guess who was the creative director?
You.
No. Well, for that
I was
particular
gonna say,
shot. But Nadia was telling
No, I bet she was.
It's like, you should do this, and you should do this.
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
Right. And they gonna switch it up because if she
How you
do
get
a
upstairs?
photo shoot.
I was upstairs, started
she
coming
take the
out
steps.
steps.
You know the steps
That
is
side door be open?
is open.
That spaces door be open?
it's open
No
now.
security, yeah. What up, Kenneth?
It didn't used to be that way when you all first got here.
Yeah, I know.
He was like, yeah. Michael's like, yeah, that's why we here. Well, we thought. Ain't no security. Never mind. That would require me having a video.
Felt like a potato chip.
Girl, I
Do what?
commend you.
I went took my dad to the game yesterday. For Father's Day, and I think I turned into a potato chip.
Oh, at the game?
There was a lot of people out there heat stroking.
Oh,
It was sold out.
Happy birthday, Yuri!
And they got the W.
Nikita, come up real quick to the mic. Let me just see.
Was that your first one this year? Okay.
No, Michael, you ain't the only one that can get tickets to games.
Nobody say that. I just said that was the first one. Always being paid. That's her middle name.
Hey, Catherine. No,
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Today's show is being brought to you by our very own Nikita Todd Stanley and the Team Todd Realty Group. You can check her out. Website, teamtoddrealtygroup.com. Also, Jallisa Arnold is hanging out with us today. SoFull Catering. We're going to talk about some of her special dishes. If you up in that DMV area, you can check her out. Social media, she come cater for you. Don't matter.
Yes,
5
sir.
people to 50,000. It don't matter.
She said, we got it. I got my sous
Our
chef.
prep guy over there, yep. Travis in the background talking about, you ain't tell him I be doing all the prep work, though. We're going to give Travis some airtime, because without him, SoFull Catering, it wouldn't be.
He helped me with all my leg work.
There you
All
go.
my
That's
leg
what I'm
work.
talking about.
Baby, get all that, actually.
Help her scooping out them yolks for them devil eggs. What? We talking about them devil eggs, because somebody just said they love
Somebody
them
shouted
devil
out
eggs.
your devil eggs.
So shout out
That's
to the devil
real. That's
eggs.
real cute.
Hey, if you got a birthday today, happy birthday to you. And here are some celebrities that are sharing your same birthday with you. Happy birthday to Blake Sheldon. Blake Sheldon turns 42 years old today. Also got to say happy birthday to Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney turns 76 years old today. And shout out to Paul McCartney. You remember him and Michael Jackson had that song. Say what you want and don't split the band with my affection.
Well, see, I did know until you started singing it, and then I was like, never mind.
You know what song I'm talking about though? They was in. Trav, you don't remember the say?
I remember.
Don't worry about it. I got it right here. I am a DJ, so I will.
Say, once you started singing it, it just all went out. Like in my mind, see, all of us had an idea.
Nicole just said that was her jam. So
Okay,
obviously
well,
some people
Nicole,
know. Happy
you
birthday,
must-
Nicole.
Must be on the same wavelength.
Also, she's from DC. Hey, also celebrating the birthday today, Scooter Braun is 37 years old today. You know, Scooter is the manager of Justin Bieber and Carly Rae Jepsen. But did you know he used to work at So Def with Jermaine Dupri? He was the director of marketing over at So Def back in the day. And congratulations to Jermaine Dupri. Yeah, he was elected to the Hall of Fame, I think it was. So shout out to JD on their 25th anniversary of So Def. Will not miss that concert this year. Also celebrating a birthday today, Antonio Gates turns 38 years old today. And Bruce Smith, Buffalo Bill, turns 55 years old today. And also some belated birthdays. I gotta say happy birthday to Kendrick Lamar. Me and Kendrick Lamar hung out for a little bit yesterday on his birthday.
How many tracks did you listen to?
Shoot, man. You know how they be, man. They trying to play. You gotta act like all of them sound good, too. Yeah, you just move your head. Oh, yeah, that jamming.
They don't say that though.
Also, Venus Williams celebrated a birthday.
That's true.
Barry Manilow had a birthday over the weekend. Newt Gingrich had a birthday. And gotta say happy birthday to MC Ren, one of my favorite NWA members. MC Ren was that man. And also Tupac celebrated a birthday over the weekend. And we cannot forget, she turned 10 years old over the weekend. My God, baby, Miss Gabrielle turned 10 years old, and her mom is in here today.
Yeah, she turned double digits.
Double digits.
Double digits.
She's a big girl now.
Yeah, she's a big girl now. So happy birthday, guys.
Also, happy birthday to my homegirl from Hampton University, Miss Dorne Hill. Also, shout out to Yuri Lee and Mr. Wykeum Gilyard. Happy birthday, fellas. If you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you from us, Michael and Joy at Power 108.9.
Alright, so everybody was giving me a hard time about my Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney song. And it happens every time. As soon as I be playing the song, y'all be like, oh yeah, that song right there. Don't forget, I'm a beast on this keyboard. Travis, you remember that jump right there?
No, now.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, it was just that rendition.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, 30 seconds, gotta go.
Mike here, he can't contest this. Too soon?
You're right.
Nikita Todd Stanley hanging out with us today. Awesome photo shoot for Gabby yesterday. She had fun?
Yeah, she did have a good time. We actually did it a week ago, trying to prepare for her birthday. It was a special birthday present for her. She never gets an opportunity to do anything by herself because she's she has a sister.
Okay.
And they're 22 months apart, so
Okay.
they never get an opportunity to be individuals, because
Everything
so
is in
together.
twos.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and yesterday we celebrated Father's Day, and I know how much you love your dad. You have an awesome dad, and your dad is like the bar.
Yes.
I think he sets the bar for all men in the world. Like that's your dad right there. What you guys do yesterday?
Yesterday, my sister and I, we fixed brunch at the house. And we went out to the praise game.
Your sister in town?
She came in. She surprised my father on Saturday.
Hey.
She surprised her being pregnant too?
No.
Oh, okay.
The bonus baby is all we need.
That was it. That was the bonus baby.
That's like, I think you would have known about that.
I don't know. I didn't see if she was like 6 months pregnant the last time I remember.
Exactly. No, but she came in on Saturday.
Okay.
And she left out yesterday.
Cool. Who cooked yesterday?
She and I.
She and
As long as I've been knowing you, like I've never seen you cook. Nikita, can you cook?
Yes, I can throw down.
That's just
We're always meeting out.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you know what that means. Not only can she cook, but she can afford it to pay for it.
Right. That's like asking a brother. That's like asking a brother from DC, hey, can you swim? And as soon as he say like a fish, I'd be like, yeah, you can't swim.
He out there looking like a little dog.
Right. Tomorrow I want to get my hair wet.
So why you gotta go so far? Stay over here. So he can see his feet.
Right. He tapping to make sure the water don't get deeper. You know what I'm saying? But Nikita Todd Stanley, you guys went to the game yesterday too, huh?
Yes.
You picked the best day to go to the game. It was
Wow.
hot as hell yesterday.
Man, it was so hot.
Yeah.
And so when the morning started, of course it was an overcast. We said, okay, well maybe we'll make it. And then when we got there, I mean, it was blazing hot.
Yeah.
And so we sat down in our seats for like 5 minutes. And so my dad was enduring it. He had his little straw hat on, and he was just sweating. The kids were like, Papa, hey, is it okay? Are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm cool. They said, we gotta go. I'm dying. So my mom found some seats, like some random seats.
Yeah.
They were above ours. And
Okay.
she's chilling like in her seats.
Right.
But fortunately we made it through the game.
Yeah, well,
You know, getting up, water, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We were fine.
Shout out to your dad.
Yeah,
Yesterday we
Father's Day.
took a trip to the outlets of Woodstock, but they call them the outlets of
Atlanta.
They're in Woodstock. Duh. Who came up with that marketing name? But
Imagine that.
right. But we were I like the sun. Like I don't have a problem with sitting out in the sun. So we were walking around. And Tasha was like,
You don't look like you getting any darker if you like it that much.
oh, I got that caramel skin. I don't burn,
I
shot.
don't think it's called
Yeah, I don't
caramel,
burn.
but
Not
okay.
whatever, paper sack brown, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, Tasha goes into one of the stores and she hates being in the heat. And I was like, no, I'm just gonna sit outside. And I just sat on a little curb, the sun beaming down. I just love being in the sun.
I was gonna say, you know what? It was very interesting. A friend of mine had posted a photo. Matter of fact, Wykeum, the birthday boy, had posted a photo from when he was in college of his dorm, and he just said that he was just sitting there like reflecting on, you know, just the moment, his college years. I don't think we do that enough. I think we're so busy with work and family and friends and trying to be there for other people that sometimes just sitting there, just being still and enjoying everything that God has created is almost like
no phone, no nothing, just sitting out and relaxing.
It's actually an amazing thing if you're able to do it, but one of the things that we don't do enough of, I think.
I so agree with you. Hey, New Yorkers, though, are preparing for a near record-breaking weather today on Monday, as the temperatures are predicted to be well in the 90s. I saw that yesterday. I was like, dude, we've been doing 90s since April. Y'all just hit 90s, where the temperature could reach about up to 95 degrees.
It's going to feel a little bit different with all them buildings.
Right.
The humidity is the one that kills it.
That's what gets you. So all of our friends up there
Drink
in
your
New
water.
York City, we know why they come down to Atlanta. But they come down to Atlanta and think, oh, I'm going to get away from this heat up here. Probably you get down to this Georgia heat, boy, you be feeling like a slave.
I was going to say, drink your water.
Travis said, man, once I came down to Georgia, the mosquitoes been biting me and everything. He's just like, well, that's that country down here, boy. So shout out to y'all. If you know anybody up in New York, check on them. Make sure it ain't too hot up there. When we come back, we're going to talk to Nikita Todd Stanley, talk some real estate, this movie properties Monday. Also, Jallisa is hanging out with us. We're going to talk about some of her specialties that she offers over there at SoFull Catering. Shout is Michael and Joy in the morning, michaelandjoy.com.
We know it's more than just them eggs. What else is it? I love deviled eggs. You can get me.
Deviled eggs, mac and cheese, whatever you want. What else we got? We got everything.
You always do that. She make everything.
Everything. What's up with that banana pudding?
Oh, the banana pudding is just straight crack.
With the chestnut. That's
Yes.
how I
With
like
the chessmen?
it. Yeah, I don't like vanilla wafers.
Some people like wafers, some people
Too
like
soft.
chestnut.
Like
Do
too
you
chestnut.
do your own sauce or you do pudding?
I do pudding.
Mo McCoy is coming on.
Oh, so they have two different University of Maryland's. Are they?
I went to University of Maryland, Baltimore.
Right. And then they got the one in College Park.
Yeah, he went to College Park.
Oh, you was up there.
In the real school.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's the home of Lynn Bias for y'all that don't know.
Yeah.
First draft pick overall by Boston Celtics, and unfortunately, I don't know what happened.
They tore down all the courts in the quad after that happened.
Oh, did they really?
And we couldn't go for the quad no more after that. They tore all the quad. I ain't that old, but they tore down all the courts in the quad after that happened.
He overdosed on cocaine, right?
Yeah.
Too pure.
Yeah. Sorry.
He had that cocaine.
He had that.
That cocaine.
They must have got that from rifle.
Yeah.
Only DC people get that joke right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad used to hoop with Rachel. He said that he used to go around, he used to hang out with trannies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he used to hoop. He's like, yeah, wouldn't nobody say nothing to him. Because I'm from Northwest Adams Morgan area. And they used to hoop up Reed all the time, Reed.
Okay.
At elementary school, they used to hoop up there all the time. So he used to be up there with all types of funny looking things. And nobody said a word
Say
to him.
one word. I was
I'm just
Oh.
talking to myself.
Was watching the game the other day, the basketball game, and Mark Jackson said something about Kevin Durant. And he said, yeah, I talked to his manager today, and he said Kevin Durant looking like he was playing down at Bird Farms back in the day. KD used to go down to Bird Farms. And he said that's like the Rutgers of DC.
Yeah, they still hoop down there now.
Yeah.
Every weekend.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelAndJoy.com. Nikita Todd Stanley hanging out with us today on this Moving Properties Monday. Nikita, what's going on in real estate now?
Right now, our market is changing just a little bit. Just depending on where you are in the city, things are becoming a little softer because we do have some inventory on the market and the rates are going up. So our market, is kind of leveling out now to be somewhat even.
Gotcha.
So it's not so much as a seller's market as it has been.
Last
So
week
it's
when
working good for both people now.
Right.
Last week when you were here, we were talking about lease to own. Tasha actually was listening to the show, and she gave some advice to some people. They was like, yeah, Nikita was on the show Monday, and she was talking about this new program, blah, 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 blah. So the information that you put out to our listeners every Monday is very, very valuable. So now as you get into this phase of now, I'm not saying the market's correcting itself, but it's going back to a more stable market. What are you seeing differently? Are people approaching, making offers differently? What are they doing different?
So my advice, let's just say from the seller's perspective first. On the seller side, a lot of sellers think that they can try the market, or let's just put our toe in and just see what happens. Or no, I don't want to make these repairs, or no, I don't want to declutter to make my house look show ready. They just want to just be lazy and put it on the market. And oftentimes what you do is end up hindering yourself because, of course, that first look, when someone sees your house for the first time and it's not correct or it's not in order, then of course, they don't come back. If it's not put on the market correctly, if it's not priced correctly, if it doesn't, show very well. So that's my first advice for sellers is to just, if you're a real estate agent is advising you to do, the top 10 things to do, then just do them and follow the directions and you'll be out of the house in 30 days.
Right. Because sometimes people think that, they don't realize when people go into your home, you're selling your home, they want to be able to move in right then and there. It has to be move-in ready, and like the advice that you gave us back in the day, removing some of the stuff, because all of that stuff is your stuff. It's not the potential buyer stuff. They don't want to do it that way, and to have that blank canvas makes it that much easier and shows well.
But is it? I mean, I would assume that it would be harder if you're living in the home to try to sell it, because you're still in it. So like that wash rag that you just used earlier that day or whatever. I mean, obviously, I might have forgotten to move that, or you know what I'm saying. Like it'd be different if you didn't have to live there and sell it at the same time.
Well, it just really depends on, I guess it's just mindset. Because of course, just based on the small details that I give you and the small tasks that you have to do, if you do the things that I tell you to do and we price it correctly in the market, you're going to sell your house within a week. And so it's okay to live like that for a week of having to put away the toothbrush and your washcloth and all these things, your personal items for a week,
like
versus over 3 months just because you decided you want to keep your house junky and cluttered.
Yeah.
Somebody move that grandmama little bag that be hanging from the shower that smell like vinegar. Move that thing. Mommy, why does it smell like vinegar?
Well, be quiet.
But as far as for buyers, my advice for them, when coming into this market, yes, there's more inventory, there's more of a selection, so therefore sellers are, willing to negotiate more. However, you also have to come to the market, depending on where you are in the city, to just, again, listen to your real estate agent, knowing the stats for the area, and if we say you need to come in at full price, you need to come in at full price.
I remember we were slinging them new homes, boy. We had the walkthroughs coming up. The buyers had their walkthroughs. I used to always tell our cleaning people, hey, just go vacuum real quick. Right. If the house ain't ready, just vacuum, get everything off the floor so that it doesn't. Because if a house looks, like you mentioned, if a house looks discombobulated, people aren't going to want to walk through it.
It's the energy that's in there.
And if it don't smell right, like fake and bake, put some cookies in there.
Correct. Yeah. Some air freshener.
Yeah. What you about to say about the energy?
No, just the energy, the energy of clutter, the energy of just disarray. I mean, it's real. And so when people walk into a house, I've had plenty of buyers just walk in and say, oh, the energy's not right in here. Let's just go to the next one.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
so, and oftentimes it's because it's just so much stuff and they can't see themselves in the house.
There you go. Hey, Nikita Todd Stanley hanging out with us today. Moving Properties Monday, to be more specific. You can check her out. Her website is teamtiderealtygroup.com, or you can give her a call. What's that number, shout?
You can call me at 404-379-6239.
When we come back, Jallisa Arnold is in the building. We're going to talk about some of those specialties and some of her favorite things to throw down with in that kitchen.
But she ain't over there faking and baking.
Yeah, y'all get to meet the chef today. We're going to see what she's cooking today. Hold on, I've got a chef that ain't right here.
I got y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, kind of like Joy did with that damn taco or that burrito. Show them what you tried to give me. We'll show you when we come back. It's Michael and Joy in the morning, michaelandjoy.com. Bacon is all I need.
Right.
Put bacon on your deviled eggs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Put bacon on everything. Yeah, but I understand what you're saying with like the housing market. It's PG County right now. I'm in the process of trying to buy it, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm in Maryland because the inventory is low because everything is getting snatched up. So it's like by the time you go to put a contract on something,
It's gone.
It's gone. Like that happened to me so far, like one time. So I'm still looking, but it is like rough. But you're absolutely right about like when you first walk into the house, like the energy. That will divert you right away.
And how much stuff is around.
Yes, because it's like I can't get the full picture of like how I can stay
With your stuff.
Yeah, you can't see it.
Because there's so much is there.
Yeah.
It's interesting too, because like when you're trying to take photos of the house, it's like trying to get these angles where you're not showing off like all of that stuff that's sitting on the floor. You know, like why don't you just put that in my closet?
You got a good attorney? Be careful with this type of stuff. Like, because a lot of times attorneys are, you work with an attorney because your patent is pending, right? So a lot of times if you're working with an attorney, they might like steal your idea and sell it to somebody else.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that with this particular scenario.
Okay, all right, good.
Because she ain't returning my emails anyway, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I ain't gotta worry about it stealing nothing.
In the morning. MikeandJoy.com, hanging out with Jallisa Arnold today. SoFull Catering is in the building, up and in that DMV area. Jallisa, I'm looking at your menu, some of your mains, some of your specialties up here. One thing that caught my eye immediately were those barbecue beef meatballs. It is nothing like a great meatball.
Man, what?
Yes.
Barbecue.
You gotta have a little bit of the breadcrumbs, barbecue sauce, the eggs. Gotta mix it all together, get the right ingredients.
And some of your fans were talking about them damn deviled eggs. Those deviled
Devil
eggs got
eggs
bacon.
are a hit. Yes, they have bacon on top. Put bacon on everything at SoFull Catering.
What do you like to cook the most?
The most I love cooking the shrimp and grits. The only problem is just the onions. They smoke the house so bad. But I love shrimp and grits.
Now, do the onions bother you? You know,
No, I love onions.
No, I meant like, you know how when you're cutting them and they say that they're supposed to make you.
But when that happens, I just stick my head in the freezer for a little bit.
That's what it is.
Oh, was that the trick?
Okay.
Yeah.
Or cutting it cold?
Yeah,
It cold?
run under hot. No, I think it's extremely hot water.
Hot
before
water
you cut
or
it.
whatever.
Nice, that's a great
I was gonna
tip.
say, yeah, that is a good tip.
Wish you would have told me that back in '98 when I was at the Waffle House cutting up them damn onions.
I wish I would know what else to cook with an onion.
Still smell it. Under your nails. Right, it's under my nails still after 10 years.
I was gonna say that's something else.
But congratulations to you, and you talking about starting a new business. Like we understand you're a caterer, and you talked about how you came up with the idea, the concept of SoFull Catering. But how did you start? Like that's like what a lot of entrepreneurs want to know. Like what was some of the first steps that you did to get your business?
I started out of my apartment. I started there. And now I'm in a kind of commercial kitchen by way of my aunt's second kitchen.
Shout out to auntie.
So
Shout out to auntie.
that's where I do a lot of my catering and prep work until I can move to my official catering business. But you have to kind of do things in steps.
Right.
It's always a great idea to say, oh yeah, I'm gonna just step out and do this and do that. But I'm just taking baby steps, one day at a time. It may take me a couple of years, but I know I'm gonna get there where I want to be.
What are maybe two tips that you would give to someone who has an idea of a business and they just don't necessarily know? Is something holding them back? What would you say?
I would say write it out. Write it out. I did a vision board. And on my vision board, I wrote the top things and the top goals that I was looking to accomplish with having a business. And the first steps is always to write it out. So I put, meet with people that are in the field already and take a couple questions, maybe 5 questions, and ask them what did they do or how did they get their start. And just always being in that environment that's going to help fuel you. So the Build Your Own Brand conference was one of the reasons why I attended, was to be around like-minded individuals that have businesses and the steps that they took, because I can always, it's like a sponge, I'm always looking to soak up additional information.
Right.
To help
Amen.
And I love that too, writing down, because one thing I learned, it was going to the doctor, write those questions out for your doctor too, because a lot of times we get intimidated when that doctor come in there, you go in there for one thing, but the night before you think about all the questions you're going to ask your doctor, and then he or she walks in the door and then you get nervous and forget all the questions that you were going to ask. So write them down and take them baby steps.
And one more thing, you know, sometimes you will have to make small investments. My first major investment for my business was a camera. It was a Canon T6i camera. It cost me a little bit of money, but I had to go ahead and make that investment for my business.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when you're doing food photography, if your food doesn't look good, people are not going to want to eat.
Right.
And more importantly, think about how much you would end up having to pay every time you needed to hire someone to take those photos.
So I got on YouTube. I watch videos of how to do food photography, and I do my own social media, my own photography for my page. Sometimes when you're first starting out, you have to wear several hats.
Yep.
So until I get larger, I have to be my own photographer. I have to be my own social media.
Yeah.
Travis,
I'm about to say, boy, you better shout Travis out.
My boo helps me out as well.
Hey, shout out to McDonald's for that damn quarter pounder cheeseburger commercial. Cause they be having that thing looking so good. When that meat be hitting that grill, boy, you be like, man, I want to get me a quarter pounder. I haven't got one
He
yet.
is so fast.
I'm probably not.
Right
Sure.
now. You were, I was going to say, there go all your points.
Yeah, you done for 2 days. Right, that's 2 days. And we're talking about baby steps, Nikita, as it pertains to SoFull Catering and how she got started. Same thing with purchasing a house, whether you're a first-time home buyer, second-time home buyer, you got to take baby steps. And where does a person start?
Typically, when you're starting in real estate, people start with buyers because they're considered the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. Just because, you know, you typically can walk and find somebody, you know, on the street that's looking for, you know, somewhere to live. But it's harder. You gradually get into listing homes because, of course, then you still have baby steps. Even if you've been in the business for a while and you're shifting your business over to sellers, you have the baby steps of, you know, being able to market your listings, taking photography, getting stagers, sending out postcards. So, you know, you're correct. You have to invest into your business because it's cheaper to, I guess, represent a buyer because there's no money behind that.
Right.
But with a seller, you definitely have to invest into your business. If not, you're not going to sell the property.
They start pimp you out, be like, hey,
Get
did
you
you
a
sit
couple
my open
buyers
house on Monday? On Sunday, they be trying to get you like that. I remember I first started the business, boy, they used to get me all the time. But I be like, sure. And then next thing you know, you staying there for 4 hours.
Well, I mean, but open houses work if they're marketed.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if marketed correctly, that's what I'm talking about. But what about the baby steps for your clients? Like when somebody comes to you and say, hey, Nikita, I want to get a new house. You know, they want that, 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom on 4 acres in Atlanta.
I mean, but first, always you have to get qualified. So that's the first baby step. And so the second baby step is you get in the car. We then have a consultation and then we walk through the other steps. But
Hold on, you saw how Nikita backpedaled on that. First off, we not getting in the car until you got that. But I mean, I could imagine that is a big waste of time because a lot of times people in their mind don't even have a budget to know how much they can afford. So once you figure out what they can afford, it probably kind of puts them in a humbling space because they're like, oh, well, I'd like a $350,000 home in this particular area. Meanwhile, they can afford $200,000.
correct.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and then oftentimes if you see $350 and then you have to come back to the $200, you're just like, oh well, I don't think I want to buy this year. I'm gonna wait till next year.
Right. That's that used car salesman. He let you drive that brand new Porsche around on Cobb Parkway. Then you get back, he pull that credit. He be like, we need to look at this other line.
Right.
Here.
Exactly.
So you know what? Ford's good.
Hey, there's not a single state, county, or metropolitan area in the United States of America where a full-time worker earning the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour can afford a modest 2-bedroom apartment. And if those workers wanted to, they have to work 122 hours a week, every week, all year. This is according to a new report from the National Low Income Housing Coalition, which calls attention to the gap between low income wages and the high cost of rent throughout the United States of America. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Nikita Todd. Stanley, you got to go, Jallisa?
I'm here.
I saw your manager over there saying, "Hey, wrap it up, Charlie. We gotta go down to CNN real quick." Good.
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm rolling with y'all.
Awesome. We appreciate that. Stephen, happy birthday to you. When we come back, we got more. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. Power 108.9. Shout it.
Lego.
Say what you want.
Say goodbye.
Paul McCartney birthday.
Say bye.
They had another
This
song
was a
too.
pretty photo. That was what I was talking about.
What's the other song
He
they
took
had?
a photo of his dorm.
Michael and
That
Paul.
was the photo, and I told you he was like just kind of be in the moment.
Yeah, okay.
The girl is mine.
That is a song.
And then they do something. What was the piano song that him and Paul McCartney did together?
Say.
Is that the song?
Yeah, I think so.
Michael's like, I've been saying.
Why can't I post this?
Yeah, that's it.
This is really annoying.
Yo, what? Yo, this is Michael McFadden. Don't forget to follow the show. Michael and Joy.
I haven't heard it. Is it good?
Huh?
It's on Michael.
I heard it. I saw the photos. I haven't seen it. I was inundated with his birthday bash this past weekend.
How was that?
What was that?
That looked
Michael
horrible.
How was birthday bash? It was a bunch of teeny boppers.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say it was actually a lot.
I am.
A lot of grown people.
Which record?
Good morning.
Yes, I saw the blush or the powder pink.
Yes.
Y'all the same?
No.
Oh, y'all
It's
different
okay.
games?
You know what's
We're
weird?
different.
But we all in the same thing.
Yes, we are. The divine.
Are they the same?
I'm not surprised
Relatively
with that. It'd be weird, man. Like when you be around them, that you can tell what they are just by looking at them.
Nah,
Just not.
sometimes.
For
You
me,
think?
yeah, you look like you would be a Delta.
Really?
Seriously.
What's the Delta look?
I don't know. I always sing, and I know it sound. This may sound.
Uh-oh.
No, don't go
Don't
down.
go there.
Don't go there.
Touchy
If you gotta purpose it, don't even get you right.
Yeah,
You
we
right.
back, Travis. We're
I
gonna
know. This
say
ain't Father's Day.
no more.
Father's Day no more. Yeah.
You could have said that yesterday. Yo, it's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Today's show is being brought to you by Nikita Todd Stanley and the Team Todd Realty Group. Jallisa Arnold's in the building. SoFull Catering is in the building. Shout out to all of our folks up in the DMV area. If you want to get in contact with them, please do. We're going to give you information. And we waiting on them devil eggs to come back.
Yeah.
I got you.
What you got?
I'm
You got a
actually
melon?
she can just leave me some banana pudding and.
Oh, you do banana pudding too?
Yes, I
good.
can make y'all some banana pudding.
No, I mean you can just be an individual batch.
Okay. I got you.
Nikita Todd Stanley hanging out with us today. As a matter of fact, today is June 18th, 2018.
And on this day, it is National Go Fishing Day. It's observed annually on the 18th. This day is to take time from your daily routine to find a stream, pond, lake, or river, bait your hook, cast your line, and catch a fish or two. In addition to providing food, fishing is a recreational pastime of many. We used to go fishing all the time. Shout out to Ed. Overnight, I'd be sitting there on a pallet while he fishes at night. I used to love it.
Yeah, I'm just
Shout out
impatient,
to
too
Ian.
impatient to do
Okay.
regular fishing, like on a pond or a lake or something like that. I gotta go deep sea fishing, where I
Regular
know you just drop the damn line in the water and the fish is gonna bite. And then I'm also the dude that go fishing with gloves on. Not just regular, you know the ones your mom used to wash dishes with, the yellow Jones that come all the way up. Because I'm not touching
That's
the
just
bait,
way too
I'm not
much.
touching the fish, I'm
You
not
know
doing
what?
any
Why
of
don't you
that.
just sit down and drink a
Right.
If you ain't trying to do all that, like just sit there.
That's the fun in fishing.
That is
Lord, I
the
ain't said so.
fun.
Yeah.
But I'm one of these new dudes.
I was gonna
Pedicures
say,
and
yeah, nah, sit down. Just
Look.
sit in the car. Actually, you just be the one to drive us there.
We went deep sea fishing one time, and everybody, I said that with my DC feeling, and everybody was getting all the boat. Their shirts was all bloodied up and stuff like that. Came out, my shirt was all nice and clean. Hands didn't, yeah, I got
I was
it.
gonna say, yeah, he had sanitized down.
Right.
You the guy that would go crabbing. Just
Right. On the beach.
right. Just
Sounds
drop
nice.
the cage down.
We don't like that.
You know what? That ain't who you want to take fishing with.
Please don't.
You gonna die out
If
there.
the world comes to an end, where your rubber gloves gonna be when you have to go fish for some food?
Hey, I be watching Naked and Afraid and be like, nah, I can't do that. They just walk around with no shoes on. Like,
Hey, Erica.
Travis, how they do that, man? Like, no shoes at all. Hey, over the weekend,
Bless your heart.
Nas dropped a new record over the weekend. A Kanye produced album with 7 albums on there. The memes
7 tracks.
were 7 tracks. My bad. The memes were so hilarious because the album was supposed to come out on Friday, right? Mm-hmm. So all the new music come out on Friday. So everybody was looking for the Nas album, but the album wasn't out. So they started doing memes, and the memes showed Nas sitting at a computer, and the caption was trying to upload the record to iTunes. Like, he couldn't upload the record. He was just like, he didn't know what to do.
And you know what to do. The good part is that he don't have to upload it. So shout out to his management and all the people in the background.
So that was super duper funny, him doing that. But then they said the shade got real after that when Saturday came. The next day when Beyonce and Jay-Z dropped the record the same night. That Saturday. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Why y'all do Kanye like that? Yeah, they could have waited. Shout out to them. And I was looking for the album, but I guess the album ain't on iTunes.
Well, they said when his album was supposed to be out Friday, so they said, okay, we'll give him Friday. It didn't come. We supposed to still wait.
Right. They sit there looking at the button like go.
Nas was sitting in the room that didn't have a lot of good Wi-Fi reception, so he was just taking this forever to upload.
He was on a
dial-up.
Just looking at that thing go. Or he thought he sent it and it said message failed. You know how you come back like,
dang, I thought I sent it.
He didn't realize that till Saturday morning.
You leave the house and come back, you're like, computer timed out.
Right. But
shout out to Nas because you were playing the album earlier.
Yeah, the album was nice. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Nas.
But shout out to him and shout out to B and J because I think the ticket prices just went up a little bit.
I got my ticket already.
I got mine.
Okay,
but I do think it's a shame that they dropped the album and they've done X amount of concerts on the Run Tour 2 already. So I'm sure those people are like, man, how are they gonna drop an album after they come here?
So I'm sure when they come to ATL, was that August?
August, I think the 25th.
Yeah, when they come to August, I'm sure they're gonna be.
Nikita know for sure. She know that
right.
They tell us I think it's the 25th.
And the crazy part about
got tickets.
The crazy part about it, Nikita, is when they come, everybody gonna know every word to them new songs that's coming out.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, man, play some of that old stuff. I don't want to hear that.
They gonna play some of that old stuff too.
That's the show. That's
yeah.
what I think they're gonna have to kind of like insert the new stuff.
Mm-hmm. Hey, when we come back, we're gonna talk more with Nikita Todd Stanley. Also, Jalisa's in the building. We were talking about rent and how the average minimum wage earner would have to work 122 hours a week to afford rent in America, and it's true. So renting, buying, all that good stuff. Michael and Joy in the morning. Y'all know it's Paul McCartney's birthday, right?
Yes.
So we're shouting out Paul McCartney
Lord
today.
have mercy. Michael is killing me over here with this Paul McCartney. Lord.
I ain't playing one damn Beatles song.
That's what I was just about to say. You like Beatles song?
Michael Jackson.
It sounds like
Michael Jackson Day. There we go.
You only got songs without Michael Jackson.
He was in a group, right?
La 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 la. Hey Kiara. Hey Natasha. Good morning. What up, Leon? Thank you for joining.
I was still there.
Hey, Sheila,
What had Father's Day
Was
gift.
Stephen Marjorie at the conference you were at yesterday?
I was at the women's one, so they were at the men's. The boys were separated.
Sheila, Nikita isn't here today, so I can't say hey to my favorite real estate agent because she'll get jealous. But you still my favorite real estate agent.
Meanwhile,
Sheila was the first realtor that I ever saw with a billboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
She had that billboard on 285.
She is a veteran.
Yeah, she's a vet in this game. Yeah, that billboard on 285, so I'm like, what?
I wonder how much something like that goes.
A lot of money.
Depends on
Depending on where.
Depends on the market.
Like remember JD had that billboard, the home of so deaf coming right
When you come up after the airport.
Yeah. I think he said it was $22,000 a month.
Oh, wow.
Because it's right in the heart. It was
Mark
right in the heart.
Spain, Mark Spain spends, I think he said like a couple $100,000 a month on his billboards.
Really? Mark Spain get into that bread like that? Sheila said, hey.
Hi Sheila.
She can't.
Hey,
she can't hear
Oh.
that part.
Hi Sheila.
She can hear you. Hey, Sheila. Michael said
what's up to my fans.
Hey, what's up, fans?
We chilling.
Tell us about them deviled eggs, though, when we come back.
Let's talk about something else. I want to talk about that banana.
Yes, we can talk about that.
So what brings you to Chestnut?
I actually came here for one of my line sisters' wedding. She got married yesterday in the Grange.
Okay.
And then a little vacay.
Okay.
Michael and Joy in the morning time. MichaelAndJoy.com is the website. Jallisa hanging out with us today on this Moving Property Mondays. Today's show is being brought to you by Nikita Todd Stanley and the Team Todd Realty Group hanging out with us today.
Yes, sir.
Nikita, I was just talking about rent and how like the average minimum wage earner can't afford renting a place in America because of the price of rent. Around. When you look at the Atlanta market as it pertains to renting, is it that crazy?
Oh, it's very expensive. I'll say probably within the perimeter, and outside of the perimeter as well too. That rents are really high, and that's why there's a lot of initiative for affordable housing. And of course, the initiative people were building, and then of course people scamming and trying to scam the government because the government does subsidize builders and developers to build affordable housing, but oftentimes people don't want those people in their neighborhood, quote unquote, right? And so the disparity of affordable housing has pushed a lot of people to in our city, just for example, has been Clayton County, South Fulton. And even further south. And then, of course, if you go to North Georgia, they're being pushed out to, the northern parts of Forsyth and Hall County. But affordable housing is, very slim, especially if you're trying to live within the city limits.
Right. And Jallisa, you guys are from the DMV area, and I'm sure they do the same thing. You were just mentioning that you're looking in PG County right now.
Yes.
And for those that don't know, PG County is the Cobb County of DC. You do not want to play around in PG County. Well, them police up there will get you.
Yeah.
I just want to say that far. But is it the same way? Because I grew up in Southeast. I grew up, Barnaby Road, Southern Avenue, Stone Lake. I went to Washington Highland Elementary School right there in the heart of Southeast. And for some reason, it looks like when I talk to some of my friends from DC, like they living in Bowie, Maryland, and what other
That's
part?
true.
Largo,
Bowie, Upper Marlboro, Largo, because they're pushing everybody out of DC. So they're also pushing people into Waldorf, Maryland.
Yes.
So that's where you see a lot of people go. Because they ain't going to go into Virginia, because Virginia is
they ain't playing
just
that.
worse.
I was going to say, don't talk about that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned Alexandria.
You're in the Commonwealth.
Yeah,
Yes.
you mentioned.
You're in the
Commonwealth.
Shout out to VA.
But you mentioned Alexandria, Virginia
Yes.
as well. I like that part. That's why I had my first real job. It was in Alexandria. I used to work at Roy Rogers up in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Roy Rogers.
Mount Vernon?
Right.
Row one?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Probably,
Yeah.
I used to be on them biscuit shouts as well.
Yes.
Man, I used to be on them biscuits in there until they put me on that cash register. I used to come home like this every day. I ain't had no cameras or nothing. Hold on, there's statute of limitations on that.
I was going to say, I think you could.
Oh, okay, yeah.
25 years later.
Right,
Look, minimum.
I had a man used to come in there every day for lunch. He'd be like, why is my food a different price every time I come in here? I get
I'm like, oh, the taxes is different.
One day it's $7, one day it's $4.
What you tell them? Rent due. Rent due.
Nah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
It was like, the taxes and, inflation.
Look, I'm pulling people change out my pocket. Like, all right, here you go. Here's your change. Hey,
I was going to say, I had a whole different hustle. We'll talk
I was
about
not
that
a model
later.
citizen growing up, but when you look at renting in Atlanta, in the metropolitan area, now, like even for us as we get older, when you talk about purchasing, we hear real estate professionals say all the time, you can own a home for the same that you do in rent, and they see that number jump out of them. But what they don't think about, and that's why I'm glad they call you first before they jump into this real estate game, is all of the other costs that are associated with owning a home.
Right, absolutely. And it's not like living in a rental. It's not like living in an apartment where you have no maintenance, none whatsoever. People do have to understand that when you move into a house, when the pipe bursts, you call the plumber. When the AC goes out, you call the HVAC man. There is no rent office that's going to handle that, or a management company is going to handle that for you. You know, so of course people have to understand once you've gotten into the house, then you still need to have a savings to be able to afford the house later on to take care of it.
There you go. Team Todd Realty Group is in the building with us today. Nikita Todd Stanley, Team Todd Realty Group. As a matter of fact, you can call her this week because she is on it today. Well, she got on her OD green BDUs and she's ready for battle in this real estate game. What's that number?
My number is 404-379-6239.
Hey, today we are celebrating the birth of one Paul McCartney, and I just realized that he did have more than 2 songs out. I thought all his records was with Michael Jackson, but he was in this group called the what?
The Beatles.
Oh, the Beatles. Oh, that was him?
That was him.
Oh, shout out to Paul. Hey, when we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up and put a bow on it and find out how we can get some of this banana pudding.
Yes,
and
sir.
SoFull Catering.
Yes.
It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com.
Yummy, she said. They don't leave till tomorrow.
I got you.
Look, and we both right up the street.
Yep.
We definitely can come meet you.
I got you. I walked it all the time.
That's Paul, right?
Yeah, they actually are, Michael, they're in a B&B, like, walking distance.
You guys are in Central Park?
Yeah, right here.
Don't say that too loud.
There's a lot of
Oh,
stuff.
somebody Airbnb over there? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like they wouldn't. I feel like they don't want people doing stuff like that.
Yeah, they know.
I was
In
wondering-
this area, right?
Yeah, I would feel like they wouldn't want that here because you find somebody to rent the apartment to, but I feel like they having a hard time renting those apartments out.
Yeah, I
They're
think
so
so.
expensive, so they gotta make the money up somehow.
Well,
Yeah.
in DC, I'm sorry, New Orleans, they have so many expensive condos that are going up now. That the market was there, it's only a finite amount of people that's going to go to New Orleans for about $800,000 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are, a lot of the buildings are starting to do Airbnb as their main
source?
because there's so many tourists that come to New Orleans.
Somebody told me they got apartments in the in Mercedes-Benz arena. Some they got like Airbnbs in there too.
Oh, really?
And
Like the suites or something?
Yeah, in the suites they got like Airbnbs in the state.
I do know that Arthur Blank's, area has apartments and stuff, and he is for his family. I did read that when they were building it.
Okay.
But I don't know about all the everywhere
I
else.
say it's getting tight over there too. Shoot, I don't make an extra couple $. Can't get it down. Roof to open up. This shit, you gonna see them with a damn crank.
Can't get the roof to open up.
I think.
Have you been to a
Got water damage?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, hopefully I take the girls after 4th of July.
They had it's World Cup now, so they're not playing, right? Nobody's playing now. Right?
I said, yeah, they got a soccer tournament going on right now.
A tournament?
A bit more than a tournament.
Girl, somebody was like, World Cup. That's what I said.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Hey, the European Union top court backed the fashion brand in the decision on last Tuesday, ruling that the use of the iconic red color means that its shoes can be trademarked. Now, Christian Louboutin warmly welcomes this judgment. The company said in a statement, for 26 years, the red sole has enabled the public to attribute the origin of the shoe to its creator. Now, the legal case dates back to 2012 when Louboutin sued a Dutch retail chain for selling its version of the red sole stilettos. Now, the Dutch company has argued that it should be allowed to sell the shoes because EU, not Experience Unlimited, call that DC thing right there? Yeah, that's what I do. Shout it. Law prohibits the trademark of products with common shapes, right, such as shoes. So Christian Louboutin said that they can trademark that red bottom. So now they can just get over to the Greenbrier Flea Market and get all of them
other ones out of there. I was gonna say you might want to make sure that it's red. The ones over there like a little pinkish red.
Right. They mixed that red with something else. But yeah, so they won their case and they can't trademark that red bottom because when you see the red bottom, that's what you think of. You think about that. And even when we talk about creating businesses and brands, and you as a real estate professional, you have to protect yourself because you have a fiduciary responsibility. I learned that in real
That's
estate.
good. So we are so proud of you, Michael, for using that in a
Ethics
correct
101.
sentence.
Yes, exactly. You have a responsibility. And you have to protect yourself and your clients as well, because we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, and possibly one of the biggest investments that you can make in your lifetime as it pertains to owning real estate in America or in the world, for that case.
Oh, absolutely. Us as professionals, we know the ins and outs. We know what's currently going on in the marketplace. One thing right now that we definitely want to protect our clients from is wire fraud. Excuse me. Oftentimes when you are making a huge purchase, you then have to wire money to the attorney's office or your escrow agent, correct? So what has happened, a lot of people are starting to hack emails, and they will follow and pretend like they're their attorneys and send you ghost emails. And so I'm always cautioning my clients to do not wire, based on an email. Pick up the phone and call the attorney, or I will pick up the phone and verify and help you with that process, because do not just go off of whatever's in your email, because it could be somebody out of another country.
Yeah, I mean, you get those emails all the time, but sometimes they actually look legit. Like I actually literally called my aunt and I said, well, first and foremost, you're not gonna ask me for money. You got 3 kids. I was like, I'm not in the top 2. So once I thought about it, because I kind of had like an exchange back and forth, because they travel so much that it almost seemed legit, but not.
Right.
Hey, you get to that attorney's office, we're going to ask Leonard Medley, hey, Leonard, can I just get all 20s? What you think he'll say?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you this check.
Give you this wire transfer or take this check, one or the other.
One or the other.
Nikita Todd Stanley is in the building. Team Todd Realty Group, to be more specific. Jallisa Arnold is here. When you guys headed back up north?
We are flying out tomorrow at 7 a.m. back
Good.
to BWI.
Back to BWI. Did you guys enjoy yourself while you were here
really
at ATL?
did. Yes, I want to come back.
Yeah, we definitely got to have you back.
definitely
We got to
excited.
get that banana pudding. Tell us about that banana pudding, though.
Oh, the banana pudding. Wow. It's highly requested. Most of my jobs that I do, they're like, oh, you got to throw the banana pudding in there. It's a pudding base. I use a little bit of vanilla bean, as well as some people like the wafers, some people like the chessmen. It just depends. As well as the rich, we add milk flavor, as well as the different flavor of the banana. That's what really seasons the pudding.
Gotcha.
Once it sits overnight and everything kind of gels together, that's what gives it its flavor.
Your man over here talking about chessmen. He was like, I don't want to.
He likes chessmen. I like the wafers.
What is your motivation behind cooking?
Cooking is my stress reliever, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Working, because I'm at the point now where I'm still working a full-time job as a social worker, and I'm thinking like, okay, you're going to either stop working and go ahead and transition to catering full-time. So sometimes working can just be stressful. So when I'm stressed out on my main job, I will get in the kitchen and start cooking.
Are you, when you're in there, are you also like coming up with new ideas and new recipes new?
Oh yes, I'm constantly playing around with different recipes, different flavors. I'm always wondering like, okay, well, let me put a little this and that and see how that tastes. Travis is my taste tester. He'll tell me if it's whack.
He looks like he don't mind that too.
Shout out to Travis, SoFull Catering. You can check him out. You can go to michaelandjoy.com and check out the entire menu if you are in the DMV area.
Yes.
And if they want to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
You can follow me on IG at SoFull Catering, and my phone number is 571-332-4944, and that's SoFull, SoFull. That's what we hope to leave you.
Nikita Todd Stanley, Team Todd Realty Group, moving properties Monday, every Monday here on Michael and Joy. Best advice you can give somebody that's out there looking to buy or sell today?
Your best advice is to keep an open mind, and then also listen to the person that you hired.
There you go, Nikita.
Hello.
Nikita Todd Stanley, Team Todd Realty Group. You can hit her up. What's that number?
You can hit me up at 404-379-6239.
Hey, I gotta say congratulations to the cast of Roseanne, because they got some good news the other day. The potential of a Roseanne spinoff, minus the TV star, is one step closer to a reality, as Roseanne Barr has tentatively agreed to walk away from the show and the characters that she helped create. So that opens the door for the people that was getting paid because of Roseanne and not getting paid because of now the idiotic comments that she made. Now ABC says, you know what, we probably can do a spinoff. We don't want to mess up y'all life because Roseanne messed up the money for everybody.
her mouth.
That's what I'm talking about. So stop messing up the money.
I know, Michael.
Get to their bread, shout it.
I say send them invoices.
Tomorrow is a Win Tuesday. You can check us out Tuesday. If you missed any of today's show, go to michaelandjoy.com or you can go to Power 108.9. Shout it, it's Michael and Joy in the morning.
SoFull Catering.
Wake up.
Whoop, whoop. Follow SoFull Catering on all social media. SoFull Catering on IG and
What up,
Facebook.
Callie?
You guys have an amazing day from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. I ask that God watch over you, keep you, protect you, expand your
job.
territory and your
You
capacity.
did good.
Amen. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye, guys.
What is that about?
Here, Michael, put those over there.